Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So the Bitcoin chart has reached the area around the 78.6 to 88.7 retracement. In the previous video earlier today, I added the 88.7 Fibonacci retracement level to the chart. I also explained to you what the resistance area is that is now in the focus. That's the first resistance area, because in case we get a wave 4 bounce next, then the price should not break above $101,183. Okay, so the pressure still appears to the downside at the moment, especially as long as we are below 101,180. But either way, I think there's a good chance we finally get a bounce from here. Over the last few days, we've been looking for lower prices quite firmly, strongly, confidently, because we didn't see any upside reaction, and the wave structure to the downside within wave C of 3 was not complete. Yeah, but now wave C of 3 is actually complete all the way down into the smallest microstructures. Yeah. So from that point of view, the pressure to the downside is still there, but it might, in the very short term, ease a little bit in favor of a bounce, at least in wave 4. This is the orange scenario, which remains at the moment the one I track primarily. However, obviously, we have to consider them all. So, for example, another scenario that people ask me about and people are worried about it, that's the blue scenario, which is the 1-2 setup to the upside, very much in line with what many other altcoins are showing, a local 1-2 setup. I'm not confident about these until we actually see some local upside momentum kick in, but this is still valid as a so-called 1-2 setup. Absolute key spot here, because the price has now reached an area where this wave 2 really must complete. I mean, the price doesn't have to go up, right? But the wave 2 has to finish here in order to remain plausible as a wave 2. You know, this pullback has to remain a wave 2, or if this pullback is to remain a wave 2, it must hold, well, in this region. Well, the invalidation point is the April low, which formed at 74,500, but really there is not much room left, and normally a break below the 78.6 retracement is already an indication that this structure is starting to break. Now, I gotta say, we don't have a break below this level, only a wick. The daily chart shows only a wick below that level, and this is where the bulls so far are showing up. But this is all too small to confirm a full-scale upside reversal. For further indications and clues, we have to switch to the smaller time frame. Basically, people asked me if there's still some scope for a move to all-time highs. Yeah, we could do that. But I find it too early to really confirm that, to talk about it, because we don't even have a reversal from support. I mean, the price is still grinding this support area, and we don't even know if we'll go up from here. I think there is now a really good chance for some upside from here. But you know, we need to follow the micro patterns for that now. We need to follow the micro patterns. The market is very much oversold. Yeah? We're now even, you know, the daily RSI is even below the February low. Yeah. And we are slightly below the previous lows, August 24, June 24, but still above the August 23 low. Anyway, the daily RSI is oversold. So waiting for reaction there, but you know, the bigger picture doesn't really tell us much more. I think everything has been said and analyzed here. What we really need now is some clarity about the microstructures. And I shared with you already in the last update this support zone. It's between 81,600 to $83,570. This is a micro support zone, which we said needs to hold in case we already bottomed. Don't get me wrong, I can't confirm that we've bottomed already. However, we had a micro 5-wave move up. And from an Elliott Wave point of view, a 5-wave move up is a first indication that the market is turning around. And we saw choppy sideways action here, which could actually be a triangle in this B wave. Um, in case you're wondering, in one of the member updates earlier today, I already mentioned I've changed it from a 1-2 setup to an AB because it makes sense, because the thesis is the next move up would be likely a wave 4, right? So this will likely unfold as an ABC structure. And yeah, I'm tracking this here now, possibly the A wave up, and then this could be a B wave maybe as a triangle. If we see further upside, it could be our C wave. A bit too early to say. What we need as further evidence that indeed a low of sorts is formed is a break above the last swing high here around 85,500, and then a break above the green line at around $86,370. So let's see if the bulls show up from here. It is way too early to confirm that, but it's starting to look somewhat promising. But over the weekend, I think it's just, and this, I would say this is the support area for the weekend. Over the weekend, it really is crucial that the bulls defend this support zone between 81.6 to 83.5K. If we go any lower, then the next FIB support area is around 79K. But for now, let's see if we can defend this micro support area. Yeah. Now, as I said before, if we then go up, I think if we go up from here, what are the next FIB levels? It's a bit too early to confirm that, but I'm just going to give you some standard FIB levels. They will likely change a little bit, but it will be for initial orientation. The first key level that I'm going to watch to the upside, if we break above our confirmation line here, the green line, this horizontal resistance line, the first level is around $88,597. This would be the 100% extension. Let's see if we can get there. That's normally the first ideal target for a C wave. In this case, it would be wave C of A. And of course, we could go a little higher. You've got the levels on the screen: 89,840, 90,600, 91,890. And then we should get another pullback in wave B. Maybe we can then hold the green line from above, but I will be able to give you a support zone once we have an A wave. Once we have this A wave top completed, then I'll give you support for the B wave, and we can track the C wave rally afterwards from there. So that's basically how I see the Bitcoin chart. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, I invite you to join us on X for additional updates. Link is in the comment section. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Thanks so much for watching the videos on this YouTube channel. If you've been thinking about joining MCO as a member, now might be a great time. You can use the link in the video description and apply the discount code right below it. You will get 50% off your first month of our Gold membership, and you can explore everything we offer. It's the easiest way to test the membership, see if it's a good fit for you, and get a feel for the community, join the conversation, and I'm looking forward to meeting you in our member area.